Netcasts you love.
From people you trust.
This is TWiT.
Bandwidth for TWiT specials is provided by CashFly at CACHEFLY.com.
To our 24 hours of 2015. Leo Laporte here. We are not just beginning. We have been here for 19 hours. We are now beginning our 20th hour. There are 5 more hours left to the 24 hours of 2015, I should say. And I hope you've been here for as many as you can, but don't worry if you haven't. If you go to twit.tv/specials, we're going to put every hour, all 24 hours up, so you can watch any particular hour. And, you know, each hour is full of some very interesting stuff. We had a gospel choir in the morning. We've had Dixieland Jazz. We're going to have more of them in just a little bit. We've had a beautiful singer-songwriter. We've had hip-hop. I learned how to laser fight with what do you call those? Lightsabers. You know, the kids, they use them. But the most important thing we've done here is raise a ton of money, thanks to you, for the United Nations Children's Fund, UNICEF. Let's take a look at how far we've gone at unicef.org/twit. Can we just see real quickly? And that is the latest tally, 51,900. Refresh that number. Let's see if is it going to go up a little bit? And ladies, $52,368. Thank you, everybody, for your fabulous contributions. We support UNICEF. Thank you. Thank you. Some of them are a little odd. Sneedo, Brittany, Paul, George, Bob in California, the Schroeders. We appreciate each and every donation, because it's for a very good cause. Everyday children die from preventable causes. And UNICEF takes proven low-cost methods that save children's lives and makes them available globally, regardless of income, ethnicity, or location. Your money is going, 91 cents on every dollar you donate is going directly to kids, to get them medicine, education, to help them fight Ebola, to help them fight violence and exploitation. Boy, I can't think of a better cause, and I'm so glad we've raised so much. We also have some great auctions. We're much more than $10,000 pledged so far, I think, in our auctions. If you go to twit.tv/eBay, you can see those auctions. They're all on eBay, and we're going to close those out about 3 or 4 hours from now, before the end of the show. So look at all these things. We've got bobbleheads, these very rare etched TWiT mugs. We've got the fez that I'm wearing. Not the big size. We've got the regular size fez that I'm wearing. And these are very rare. This is the last of this material. We had the folks from Fezorama on. If you want a TWiT fez, this is the last way to get the traditional blue TWiT fez. We have a great black fez we're selling at Fezorama.com, but this is the old school ones. Look at those bids. Is that $305? Holy cow, $222? Thank you so much. That is going to a great cause. And you'll see that there are quite a few bids. So the bidding has gotten a little fast and furious. $256 for a Blue Velvet TWiT Fez. There are also, if you want to bid, I'm also going to read your answering machine, your voicemail message, whatever you want. I will do, I think, 10 of those. And those are going pretty well. $100 for that. That's fabulous. So thank you so much for that. I really appreciate it. And we're having a lot of fun doing it and raising money for a very, very good cause. Look at that picture. That's when I was young and had hair. A little later on. That hair is gone, because we raised $40,000. The tattoo will be later, about 12:30, because we raised $50,000. And then a whole lot more. Now, I am going to go over to the kitchen, because we're going to see a performer, Obsidian Butterfly. Whatever could that be? Maybe I better take a microphone just in case, so I can talk to Obsidian Butterfly. Look at that guy. Had all the hair in the world. And he had to squander it. Squander it, I say. Let's walk back. This is going to be, I think, are we cleared? Is the fire marshal cleared for doing this?
We're clear. We're good.
You don't seem sure.
I'm sure.
Okay. Here we go. We're going to walk back. Jerry's going to help you walk backwards. And we're going to go see what is up in the kitchen. Carly, you didn't tell me anything, right? This is all a surprise.
Yeah.
And that's what I love about this. I love the gospel choir. That was so fantastic. But now we're going to see, are you ready?
It'd be better to stay
Wow.
here.
Obsidian.
They're going to be shooting fire this way.
They're going to be shooting fire this way? But you're not doing it yet, right? All right. So let me... Hi, what's your name?
Rachel.
Rachel, and this is your compadre here.
It is.
What's your name?
Ryan.
You're the fire starter?
Yes.
Oh, my God.
Excellent.
And the act is called Obsidian Butterfly.
Yeah, that's our group. We have a performance troupe based out of Sacramento.
Oh, that's awesome. And is it just you tonight, or we have
it's
others?
Just me tonight.
Okay. And I see you're a fire performer. What does that mean?
It means that I get to light stuff on fire and dance around.
And we did. This is a wood frame building, as you can see.
We did have to take the paper lantern down.
Okay. Okay. And you know, we just rent this place. We don't actually own it.
How's your fire insurance?
How's our fire insurance? Ladies and gentlemen, let's watch. What?
John said that we're going to do a light test too when we're done with this little chat.
So first we're going to test.
You would know what that means.
The show isn't going to begin until we see what it looks like when we turn out all. Now wait a minute, I just got to tell you, ladies and gentlemen, there's going to be open flame in this vicinity. If any of you are terrified by fire, flame, conflagration, please step back. Oh my God, consider the children. The children. There's going to be open flame here.
I know.
Oh my God, he's a little firebug. All right, we're going to first check and see if the lights look good. We're going to see if the camera works, and then we're going to see a performance of rare quality from Obsidian Butterfly. Okay, get ready, everybody. John is managing this. Our studio manager, Michael, is on camera. So we are going to use the mic on the camera for this. So I'm going to turn myself off right now as we get ready. Have you ever done this before, Obsidian Butterfly?
You know, I've dabbled a little bit.
All right. Because I see you're putting on things that look like they're going to be on fire.
Eventually, we'll get there.
Build up to it.
Right now. Right this very second.
Have you ever burned your hair off?
Well, we call them burn bangs. You get these little, like, wispies in the front. You've done that. Yeah.
Stay on the urn bay bangs. What do you think? Would it be a good way to shave your head?
It could be. We can try it later. I hear that that's something that you might be interested in.
No, we're not shaving your head. All right, so this is
What do we think?
Yeah, looks good. You can see on the monitor right there.
Is it working? Can we do it with the lights off? Yeah. We're having technical difficulties.
How close?
You can get as close as you want. Is this, like...
Yeah.
I promise not to give you burner bangs.
Wow. I don't know if I should go in here or not. That is amazing, Rachel. You are an incredible performer.
Thank you so
Holy
much.
cow! The temperature went up about 10 degrees in here.
Do you think it was the fire?
I think you are hot. How did you start doing this?
No, I'd always wanted to as a kid, and I grew up in the motherlode, and you can't really play with fire because there's all this dry grass, and so it took me until college to get into this.
And is there somebody you learned this from?
The founder of Obsidian Butterfly kind of swooped me up.
That's great. But I have a feeling you put a lot of your own touches into this.
I do. I've been dancing for quite some time.
Now, is it kerosene that you're burning there?
No, it's Coleman's white gas. I mean, I guess kind of kerosene.
Yeah, white gas, yeah.
White gas.
And now, is it safe now to open up the doors? Because we want to get some of the white gas out of here.
I know. It's a little fumy.
You're used to, but it's okay to breathe it for you, yeah?
Yeah, you know, I drink it on my
I know. When you're doing the fire breathing, you probably do swallow a little.
Actually, it's true.
I've done a little fire swallowing myself, and you do get a little mouthful of white gas.
It's true. It's all
But
true.
you're all right.
Top notch.
Rachel, you're phenomenal.
Oh, thank you
We
so
thank
much.
you so much for making our New Year's Eve so special. Somebody in the chat room said, my break room was never this interesting.
You know, it's so much fun. I'm really grateful that I got to be here. So thank you.
Yeah, thank you so much. And you're helping us raise money for a very good cause, the United Nations Children's Fund. So I really appreciate that. And thanks to your fire lighter.
Yeah.
You did a great job.
He keeps me safe.
And kids, don't try this at home, okay?
Yes. Okay. Told us this like 50 times.
You promise you're never going to do that.
I can't promise that to you.
You see what you've started, Rachel? Oh, my God.
Yeah.
You know what? If I were his age, I would have said exactly the same thing. That looks pretty cool. I'd like to try that. But make sure you do it in a safe space and you learn from somebody who really knows what they're doing, okay?
Okay.
Karsten, I warn you, you're in trouble. Hey, I have a very special guest I want you to meet. So we're going to walk on down back into the studio. I hope you're enjoying our 24 hours of 2015. We have jammed a whole lot of stuff into 24 hours here. I started doing yoga. Zach apparently had only studied yoga for 2 days. Nevertheless, he taught me some pretty good moves. Then we had a gospel choir. We had singer-songwriters. You could turn down the monitors a little bit because I'm in the studio now, and we had jazz bands. We had all sorts of stuff. But lo and behold, look who's here. I've got to come around and say hi because one of our favorite theater geeks is here, Scott Wilkinson. It's great to see
Leo,
you, Scott.
Happy New Year to you.
And you know, we've known for so long that you're an amazing performer. You've talked about Tuba Christmas.
Right.
You've talked about playing the shofar at the temple and doing all those amazing things you do. You've mentioned your wife, Joanna's here. Hi, Joanna. It's nice to see you.
Happy New Year to you.
Happy New Year. And you guys kind of met as a musical partnership.
We were introduced through someone that we both knew through music, and we did our first gig 2 months after we met.
And you have been together for
25 years.
Isn't that great? I'm so glad that you came up for this event. Thank you so much. We're great to have you.
Totally our pleasure.
Scott last year played with the Dixieland Band,
I sat in, and that was lots of fun.
but this time he brought his own band.
Yeah.
So what are you going to do for us?
Well, we got 3 tunes that we're going to play, and we'll introduce them as we go.
Okay.
Because
Variety.
a little variety.
Yeah. And of course, I should explain for those who haven't seen, Scott is our home theater geek, the Home Theater Geeks show, which is a wonderful show. John C. Dvorak's favorite show on the TWiT network.
I was floored when I heard him say that, and he does not give praise lightly.
And yeah, absolutely. He means it. If he says it, he means it.
Yeah.
And that's at twit.tv/HTG.
Yep.
And of course, you appear every week on my radio show as our home theater geek, and you answer questions.
Happy to do that.
And you fill in for me when I go out of town. I'm going out of town in July, so just get ready, okay?
Got it on my calendar already.
All right. We are ready to perform. Happy New Year.
No, not yet.
No, we're not, says
We're
John
gonna fill a little
Slanina.
We're doing a little technical stuff here. We need to do a little sound checking.
Well, what is this you're holding?
Well, this I'll tell you, this is a very interesting instrument. It's called an electronic woodwind instrument, or EWI.
It looks like it might be a clarinet.
Or a saxophone.
Or a saxophone?
Flutophone.
It's a flutophone.
It's a flutophone.
He just doesn't want to admit it, does
That's
he?
right.
No,
it's a flutophone.
Yeah.
It's a flutophone with a little 9-volt battery inside.
But it doesn't have a reed, does it?
Well, it actually does. You can see the reed right there.
It's plastic.
It's plastic. It doesn't vibrate like a reed.
Okay.
Instead, you bite on it, and there's a sensor inside that bends the pitch.
But for someone who played real woodwinds, this is pretty easy to get used to.
It's pretty easy to get used to. Yeah, absolutely. And but it doesn't make any sound in and of itself. It's a controller, like a keyboard.
It's a MIDI controller.
It's a MIDI controller, essentially, is what it is.
So do you go to a computer?
I go to a very special synthesizer right here. This is called the VL70M. It's from Yamaha, as is this controller. What's really cool about this synthesizer is that it's based on a technique called physical modeling. Now, most synthesizers today are what are called subtractive. They have samples, complex waveforms, and those waveforms pass through filters, and some of the frequencies are filtered out, and so it's subtractive. Another popular form of synthesis is additive, where you take simple waveforms and add them together to make complex waveforms. This is entirely different. In the processor of this synthesizer are the formulas, are the equations that describe how acoustic woodwind and brass and string instruments behave. And so when it receives input from this controller, such as, for example, another sensor in here that senses how strongly I'm blowing, it inputs those parameters into the equations, which then spit out numbers as if it was an acoustic instrument vibrating in the same way as a trumpet or a saxophone or a violin or something like that.
So it's not sampled.
Not at all.
It's going to duplicate the sound pretty accurately?
Well, you know, some instruments are closer than others. We're going to play 3 tunes today, and in one of them I am basically duplicating the entire orchestral woodwind section.
With one instrument?
With one instrument, not all at the same time.
What do you call it? Electro flute?
Electronic woodwind instrument?
No, but what do you call it? A flutophone.
I call it the flutophone.
And this is just a guitar?
This is a guitar loaned to us by one of your staff,
Oh,
Jason.
that's great. Jason has a great
so that
collection.
we didn't have to travel with a guitar.
Nice. Yeah, you don't want to do that. You know, I saw Stevie Wonder last month, and one of the stories Stevie told is going to Yamaha in Japan 40 years ago because they had come up with a new synthesizer, the first polyphonic synthesizer.
Yes.
People forget, but the early days of the synthesizer, the Moog synthesizer, it would play one note
at a time. That's right. Actually, this instrument goes back to that. It only plays one note at a time. But as a wind player, I'm only
That's all you're used
to play one note at a time.
Stevie, as a keyboard player, was really excited. I can't remember what the designation was, the GX or something, but he was very excited that he could finally play polyphonic.
Most of us singers only do one note at a time.
That's a good point. Unless you're a Tuvan throat singer, and then you might do 2. Can you do throat singing?
Not at this moment.
You teach speech. You teach good use of your vocal cords.
I do. I rehabilitate broken vocal cords.
I feel like Tuvan throat singing is a bad idea.
People have been doing it for centuries and living to tell the tale.
Yeah.
So they must be we're still figuring out how they do it.
We don't even know?
They're starting to get some information. It's like the vocal cords are doing one set of vibrations at one frequency and another kind of vibration.
Like a harmonic?
At an octave above.
Holy cow.
Yeah.
Training your voice to do that.
Just learning, and they just learn that by ear. It's not like
It's
anybody's
amazing.
got a scope inside saying, "Oh, look at what you're doing."
Yeah.
You know, it's only in the Western world we do that.
Wow. So John is wiring us up. John has got a microphone. He's almost set. You know, we use these Heil PR40s for everything.
Oh, that's what I use for my podcast.
And they actually sound pretty good at vocals.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, we had a gospel choir in here. They wanted to use their own microphones. Didn't sound quite as good, but we managed with it, and that was actually a lot of fun.
Have you had Bob Heil call in for New Year's here?
No, we should have Bob call in. He should be our. Let's see. It's 10:35. In about 25 minutes, we're going to the Mountain Time Zone. So I think we've missed Bob.
Oh, we might have missed Bob.
Yeah, I think we missed Bob. I think he's in Central Time Zone.
Well, we sure appreciate all the work he does here at TWiT and the microphones and the headphones. I wear his headphones as well for the show.
And, you know, the reason Bob probably doesn't want to call in is he just sees what we're doing and says, I don't want to have anything to do.
That may be. Somebody might ask him to shave his head.
We throw it all together. Yeah, you heard about that. Yeah, I'll be doing that in a couple of hours, about 12 midnight here. I've already started the shaving. That's why I'm wearing this fez. It is not a pretty sight.
Yes, indeed.
To cover the fuzz.
Well, it's a Fez fuzz cover. Yes, you see that? Do you see what's happening here?
Yeah.
Oh, look at that.
You've got the Henry V cut.
Oh Lord, it's not good.
It's the bowl under. It's the bowl cut under.
Yeah, it practically
armor.
is. Lisa went around the bottom, and she hasn't done the top yet.
Well,
and we
gotta get used to it
apparently
in stages.
at 12:30, a tattoo artist is coming in to etch my logo on my butt.
Holy smokes!
What have I done? And all of this to raise money for a very good.
Well,
ow.
A super good cause, absolutely.
UNICEF is great.
Oh, it is.
And we're of an era where people went trick-or-treating for UNICEF. Did you use the orange boxes? And
Absolutely.
instead of candy, Mom said,
remember the jingle of those.
yeah, raise some money. And it was a very good cause, and it still is. The United Nations Children's Fund, in fact, is probably more needed than ever before. Children all over the world are in poverty. They're not getting the medicines they need. And the amazing thing is, the fixes are low cost. They're easy to do.
Isn't it amazing?
Immunizations, simple things like mosquito nets, insecticide-ridden mosquito nets, save lives by eliminating malaria. They're doing education and healthcare in ravaged countries, and they're doing such good work. They're also helping kids avoid violence and exploitation. Vaccination. They're getting them vitamins even. Something that simple. They're very inexpensive, and they can make a huge difference. So I love UNICEF. I think it's a great cause. We did our research. We wanted a global charity. We wanted something for kids, because I really think that's the most important thing you can do, is to save the children. And we wanted a charity that's 4-star rated by the Charity Navigator. 91 cents on every dollar you donate goes directly to the children.
It's a beautiful thing.
Only 9% for administrative costs. That is about as low as any charity gets. So we're really thrilled to be part of this.
Keep raising that money.
Keep raising that money. As Joanna says, go to unicefusa.org/twit. We would love to get higher and higher and higher. Are you ready, John? Are we ready?
We just need to do a little
He's
sound
pushing
check.
buttons. So we're going to let you do a sound check. I'm going to step back here. While you're watching the sound check, folks, unicefusa.org/twit, or go visit the Twit auctions. Go to twit.tv/eBay. We're auctioning off great stuff. Now, ladies, do you have a name for the group? You need a name for the group.
Scott and Joanna.
Scott and Joanna, baby. I love it. How about Joanna and Scott? That has a better ring to it. Scott and Joanna, ladies and gentlemen. Sound check time.
What do you need? What do you need, John? Hello! Petaluma!
Testing. 1, 2, 3. I'm not going to be singing. I'm only going to be talking.
Zone.
Test 1, 2, 3. I cannot hear my own instrument.
No, we're not here to get
So, I mean, not that big. But
No, hold on. I get to pick it.
Little.
All righty. Let's see if we got a... That's the iPad. Okay, good.
Get that back to the beginning.
iPhone. Yeah, close enough.
It's an iMedia.
It's an iDevice.
An iDevice.
I've come to calling it an iDevice. Little I, big D.
Even though you use it mostly for your ear.
An ear device. I like that. Okay. Maybe I might have to change that. So what I'm doing here is, this instrument is a bit odd in that you can't hear it unless it's plugged in.
The old folks know that song. Our generation. What's not connected? What's not connected?
I need to see the front of this, yes.
For those of you that are watching the stream, you got to know that this crew has been working incredibly hard.
Really amazing.
Not just 28 hours or 23 hours or whatever it is today, but all week, round the clock, getting everything pretty and techno fantastic. There's so much going on here, and these folks have been working so hard. I think the audience should just take this time to give a round of applause to all the tech support staff at TWiT. How about it?
Yeah, it is playing here.
But the out's not going to an in.
Yeah, it's coming from here.
Sure.
Oh, sorry.
I heard something for a minute.
Line one.
Huh? I can't play anything, so keep noodling. But be on mic. Ready? This? This. And vocal and guitar.
No, not.
Oh, yeah, just vocal.
Just vocal.
This one, you mean? Yeah, the
That
iPad.
substitutes for.
And the synth, yeah. I'm not singing.
Okay. So, let's play. Let me go back here.
Now my phone's acting weird, so hang on a second. Back up number 2, the phone's acting weird. So here it comes. Got it? Oh. This is going to sound very weird because it's out of tune.
There really are words, we just don't want to give them away.
We're gonna be able to hardly hear. Ain't tech grand? I didn't know that. That's why I asked for a sound system.
As long as we can hear some of the recording part when that comes in.
We have to be able to hear what's coming off the... Oh, okay. That's no problem. Okay.
I think so.
I think so.
So just set up the tune.
You want to make sure we're in tune? Oh, plus 14.
So this is something very different than fire dancing, as I hope you've already sort of mellowed and gotten into a different sort of mood. The first song that we're going to do is an old carol. The music will be very familiar to you, but the words may be a little more obscure. But written for the new year, so it seemed like, duh, why not?
Send us a happy
So on that tune, I was playing 4 different sounds out of this one box, trying to sound like a clarinet, a bassoon, a flute, and an oboe, the 4 instruments in the standard orchestral woodwind section. So now for something completely different, a somewhat synthetic sound from me, and a perfectly acoustic sound from Joanna. Actually, no, you're not playing guitar on this one. But she is singing, and we are playing an accompaniment off of the iPad because the iPhone didn't work for some reason. And, you know, technology. Can't live with it, can't throw it out the window.
So this is also my chance to greet those who are here in our studio audience, as well as those streaming around the world who may not be as serious residents of the TWiT world. I myself am more of a techie by marriage. And a TWiT by association. Very proud of that, but it is not where I live, and I know there are some of you here that are taggers along, and I just wanted to acknowledge that. As I've come to live with the world of tech, I of course had to learn to live with the world of Trek, and this is a song that will be well known to those of you who are diehard Star Trek aficionados. We will not further give it away, but I do want to shout out to our friend Christoph Clover, who supplied the recorded accompaniment for this. And John is running around.
Oh, we have to break for New Year's Eve. Can we come back?
All righty. Well, to be continued.
Okay. Is it okay for this to be here? Probably not. Okay.
Move it, yeah, move it a little bit forward. That sounds beautiful, by the way.
Thank you, thank you.
You're not going to do... Oh, bitter dregs. Oh, good, thank God. Because that's the most depressing song.
Opera.
No Klingon opera?
No Klingon opera.
In my mind.
Not
what
this
Star
year.
Trek melodies are
Not
there?
this year.
Oh, Whaley here.
I can't wait.
It's going to be great.
If somebody will get me my clipboard, which is over, I think, on the table, that would be great.
No.
Karsten, if you can get that for me. Because we're going to say hello to somebody in the mountain time zone as we count down. We want to clear this stage if we can, because we're about to say...
What?
That's all right.
I could have emailed you the...
And here comes my clipboard. All right. We are going to go to Alberta. That's a great place to go. The Mountain Time Zone isn't just in the United States, of course. It's also in the Great Plains of Canada. And Van, I think it's Siklas, is going to join us in just a few minutes to count down the new year in Alberta, Canada. Now, of course, you can't tell where I'm coming from because the camera is somewhere else. So just see what happens. Eventually, somebody will probably notice that I'm standing here talking to myself, but you have no idea.
Shall I come talk with you?
No, no. What I really need is a camera, not a person to talk to.
That would be good.
But it's all right, because cameras, they're so passé nowadays. Here comes Michael with the camera. Oh, my gosh. I'm about to be deafened. Come on, Michael. You don't get to rest. Michael has been here. So Vincent started at 3 a.m. this morning. Is it still this morning? Yeah, 3 a.m. this morning. And Vincent stayed here till what? About 6 p.m. And now Michael has taken over. And Michael, you're going to go all the way to 3 a.m., right? You think so? He doesn't think so. Vincent will come back? All right. So we're working on getting those cameras working. Why don't we get our caller, Van Siklas, on the horn so we can talk to Van. And I also will need a bottle of champagne. Everybody's running around. As we get down towards the last few hours, there's Van. Van, who are those lovely ladies with you?
Those are brides that I photographed. I'm a photographer, so I do a lot of weddings.
Wonderful. A wedding photographer in Alberta, Canada, right?
Yeah, I'm calling from Edmonton. I'm the Edmonton Oiler guy in the chat room.
Oh, we know you very well, and we're so glad you joined us, Edmonton Oiler guy. That's awesome. Edmonton is, of course, not only the home of the Oilers, but in fact, it's a big oil town, isn't it?
Yes.
Yeah, and what's the weather like? Do you get a pretty harsh winter there?
Well, right now it's about 0 degrees Celsius. It's freezing, like just the.
That's 32 degrees in my land.
Yeah.
That's nothing.
Yeah, except in about 3 days we're going really into the deep freeze tank. Yeah. It'll be about like minus 15.
And you're kind of in the plains state, right? So do you get a lot of wind coming across the plains?
Yeah, we're 3 hours from the mountains from Jasper National Park, so the weather can change quite rapidly.
Yeah, it's beautiful country, and I've been there and I love it. So it's great to have you, Van. How do you pronounce your last name? Siklas?
Siklas, yeah,
Siklas.
It's Greek.
But Edmonton Oiler guy in the chat room.
Sure.
Van, in about 2 minutes, it's going to be 2015. What are your hopes for 2015 there in Alberta, Canada?
Well, my hopes. I also work at Photo Lab at Costco. In the Photo Lab, we have 6 Costcos in the Edmonton Capital Region.
Holy cow!
Yeah, yeah.
So you hope 5 of them will close.
So so I work out of the Sherwood Park Costco Photo Lab.
Yeah.
So it's a lot of fun actually. Very busy time of the year.
And which Twitch shows do you listen to?
My number one show is probably iPad Today.
If we did another photography show, would you watch that?
Absolutely. If you have to, I think, do it around like gadgets and.
I think you're right.
Showing people kind of how to use their stuff.
Yeah, I think that's exactly right. We had Catherine Hall here earlier in the day. We did a really fun segment on shooting with an iPhone, but I told Catherine we want to get Twit Photo back. But this time, instead of focusing on the art of photography, I think we're going to focus on how-to, the gear, stuff like that. I think that'll be a lot of fun. Well, good. We got another vote. Thank you, Van. Now, we are 45 seconds away. Are you going to do anything? You're going to jump up and down? You're going to stand on your head? Anything to celebrate 2015?
No, I'm just here with my 2 kitties in my condo.
Hi, kitties. What are their names?
Yeah, Pepsi and Pepper, and they're hiding right now, so I don't know where they are.
You named your children Pepsi and Pepper. Oh, they're cats.
Yes.
Oh, okay. No, I'm just kidding. 30 seconds. I'll tell you what I'm going to do. See this giant bottle of champagne? I'm going to shoot it right at you. Oh, no, I'm sorry. I'm going to shoot it right at Jerry Wagley. All right, he is ready. He is armed. He is dangerous. If you're sitting behind Jerry, you might want to move. Apparently, it doesn't just shoot a cork. It shoots champagne. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3. I have to move it along. 2, 1. Happy New Year! Woo! Happy New Year, Alberta! Happy New Year in the Mountain States, in Colorado, and everywhere all around the fruited plain. I'm going to try to aim this, Jerry. Close your eyes. Here it comes. My bullet! Whoa! Evan, I got you. Happy New Year, everybody.
Happy New Year.
I am getting deadly. That was good.
I heard it.
Is everybody all right back there? No harm? Hey, that was a lot of fun. I'm getting a little bit better at this. Van, thank you so much for joining us from Alberta, Canada. Have a wonderful 2015. And please, I hope you will make Twit a part of your new year. We really appreciate having you in the chat room. Edmonton Oiler guy. I'll look for you, okay?
All right, man.
Look at that.
Happy New Year, guys.
Happy New Year!